China is winning the compute war while everyone else fights. Flint West reporting. Section 1. They think this is about missiles. It's not. It's about machines. Because war doesn't just move oil, it reroutes compute. And right now, while everyone is staring at the explosions, something quieter is happening beneath the surface. Capital is moving. Infrastructure is being reconsidered, and the future is quietly being reallocated. Section 2. Start with the Strait of Hormuz. Everyone knows it as an oil choke point. But it's more than that. It's a continuity choke point. When that corridor becomes unstable, you don't just disrupt barrels, you disrupt confidence. Now here's the first asymmetry. China keeps moving. Energy flows, whether through access, diplomacy, or alternative supply lines like Russia, remain relatively intact. While others face disruption, China maintains continuity. And continuity in a system built on scale and timing is everything. Section 3. Now, zoom out. Iran signals something subtle but powerful. Access, even in tension, is negotiable, and in some cases priced in yuan. That's not just a transaction, that's a monetary signal. Energy, passage, settlement, all slowly decoupling from the dollar at the margins. You don't need a full replacement, you just need optionality, and China is building it. Section 4. Now shift to something most people aren't watching. Helium. Not oil, not gas, helium. Because helium cools semiconductors. No helium, no chips. No chips, no AI. And where does a meaningful portion of that supply flow through? The same region, now under pressure. That puts Taiwan, South Korea, Japan, the core of the advanced chip ecosystem, in a position of vulnerability. And suddenly China, the very system competitor, has leverage, not through force, through proximity and continuity. That's a different kind of power. Section 5. Now look at the move. China extends a hand to Taiwan. Not aggressively, not overtly, just enough to say, if you need stability, we're here. Taiwan hesitates, of course. They understand the game. But the offer itself matters because it reframes China from threat to fallback option. That's narrative engineering. This content is brought to you by Bobby Giggs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. Section 6. Now cross the map. Cuba, energy cut, grid down, blackouts, and who shows up? Russia. Ships full of oil, humanitarian framing. Now the world watches. Does the US block it? Because if they do, they don't just block oil, they block optics. This is the hearts and minds layer. Russia plays the rescuer. The US risks looking like the enforcer. And China? China doesn't even need to act. It just stands adjacent to the move, quiet, diplomatic, composed. The adult in the room. Section 7. Now zoom out further. India says nothing. South Africa says nothing. No grandstanding, no entanglement. They secure what they need, energy, trade, continuity, and stay out of the chaos. And that silence, that restraint, that's interpreted globally as confidence, not weakness. Section 8. So what does this look like from the outside? You have one block, loud, reactive, entangled, contradictory, and another, quiet, measured, transactional, stable. In times of chaos, people don't follow noise, they follow predictability. Section 9. Now bring it home. AI. Because this is where it all converges. AI is no longer just software, it's infrastructure, massive data centers, energy grids, cooling systems, supply chains. This is not code in the cloud. This is steel, silicon, and power. And here's the rule. No one builds critical infrastructure where it can be blown up tomorrow. So what happens when the Middle East, a region some had looked to for energy-backed AI expansion, becomes unstable? Projects stall, risk premiums rise, capital hesitates, and suddenly the burden shifts to US hyperscalers, Amazon, Meta, Google, Oracle. They're already spending aggressively, already pushing capex to the limit, already dealing with energy constraints and debt pressures. Now they're expected to carry even more of the global AI build-out? That's not just difficult, that's structurally heavy. Section 10. Meanwhile, China looks different. Centralized coordination, domestic energy mix, tightly controlled geography, long-term planning. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be reliable. Because in the age of AI, reliability beats brilliance if brilliance can't be deployed. Section 11. So capital starts asking a new question. Not who has the best model, but where can I safely run it for the next 10 to 20 years? And that question changes everything. Because in a world where AI is infrastructure, stability becomes the ultimate competitive advantage. And right now, while everyone else is fighting, reacting, escalating, China is doing something much simpler. It's staying still, letting the chaos push value toward it, letting others exhaust themselves, letting compute come home. Conclusion: they think it's a war of weapons, but it's not. It's a war of where the machines live. And in that war, China is already at the bank. Flint West signing off.